Rebecca Croft now joins us with Cedar Breaks. It's an honor to have you on the program. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. We're thrilled to be on.
Amazing music, amazing group. We're actually going to be talking about your new CD. For a little background, for folks unfamiliar with your group, tell us a little bit about Cedar Breaks. How'd you come together?
You know, it's kind of a funny story. I met Mike Erickson, who had this brilliant idea to form Cedar Breaks years ago. He had a little demo reel of mine and then finally figured out who I was and called me. And then we went into the studio, did a couple songs, and brought in Diana, and we thought we needed a male vocalist on the album. And Michael Gibbons was our sound engineer. And I said, well, what about Michael? Let's pull him in. And so we pulled him in, and we were just all awestruck at his voice. And that's kind of how the three vocalists came to be, and then it all went from there. But we're a new age folk band. That's what we call ourselves. And we just create music that we love that's focused around faith, family, and heritage.
I love the sound of this particular one. In fact, I've been very impressed. I've been listening to it a lot lately and watching your video, and it's very different than anything else out there. You have the sound of the banjo in there, and it has a kind of that lonesome sound a little bit from the bluegrass style, but it's not bluegrass. It's a very quiet, thoughtful, reflective, peaceful kind of music with a soul, is kind of how I would describe it. It's spiritual but non-denominational.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted. We all bring a little bit of our home and our faith, whatever it may be, and our heritage to this album. We really wanted everyone to be able to relate to it. We wanted to create this music videos to help inspire people. It's
a tapestry of music videos, kind of sewn together.
It's pretty involved. We call it a multimedia album because we have our musical album, obviously, but we have so many music videos, and Norm Bosworth did an amazing job on all of those, and we're in this historical documentary, and then we're also featured in the book, Upon Destiny's Song. In the back, you can get our album that's interwoven throughout the book. So, I mean, we really have crossed a lot of different genres and multimedia levels.
And this was no small endeavor either. This has been in the works for many years.
Oh, yes, many years, thousands of hours. It's been very thought out and taken a really long time to get together, but it's totally worth it, and we are just so thrilled with this product. It's turned out so much better than we could have ever dreamed it to be.
It's the type of music that gets you off on the right foot in the morning. I mean, it's a peaceful, reflective sound that just starts you off on the right foot.
It really does.
Again, several different songs brought together under the banner of time, Aspects of Home.
There's a lot of different songs. The beginning song on the album, it's called Strong, and it's very powerful. There's some really neat drum beats going on and very moving. And then we go all the way down to just very reflective songs like Snow and Prayer, all the way to kind of a 40s feel with Rainy Day. We kind of cover a broad spectrum.
And that's one thing that caught my ear, too. It is a wide range of styles, but they all fit together in this tapestry. And Snow is actually one of the first ones that came together, isn't it, for this album?
It is. That's the first one that I recorded with Mike and the band and everything. And I came into the studio and I was a little nervous. You know, you're recording something for someone that you just met and you want to make sure you do a really good job. But once I got in there and just started singing it, the song just completely captivates you. It just takes you in and just paints this beautiful picture that you can't escape from and you don't want to escape from. So it was really a fun one for me to do. I'm honored that I was chosen to do that one.
It is a very powerful song. It has almost a feel almost like Lord of the Rings. It's almost as if you had a full orchestra in there, but it's very impactful. And the images on the video are every bit as strong.
Yes, and when we recorded that video, it really was cold and snowy. So it really fit the song. It was actually up Little Cottonwood Canyon in Sandy that we recorded that video. And all of the images you'll see in it, they're all of Utah.
That's another thing I really like. I like the outdoor imagery, the wildlife, the scenery. It adds to the impact of the audio.
That's all Norm. He's amazing. We just set him loose. We say, here's what we want, go for it. And he always creates incredible videos for us.
It must have been a lot of fun, because with all the different backgrounds from every individual in it, to bring them all together. And another thing you ought to mention also is that the age group. Most bands will usually have an age group of plus or minus 5 or 6 years, and there's a much wider gap here, which makes this music timeless.
Yeah, there really is. We're all over without disclosing our ages. Yeah, I think a lot of what makes it timeless, too, is because not only are we different in age, but we all come from different places, and we unite with the message of this album. So wherever I call home is different from where Mike or Michael or Diana or Keith or whoever calls home. And so we all kind of bring a little bit of our own home, our own heritage to this album. And yet we have this uniting factor and this uniting thread in the album. And I think that's what makes people like it so much and people relate to it so much, because it's not saying this is home, this is whatever. We're letting everyone contribute to the album when they listen to it. We want everyone's feelings on home and family and heritage.
One other thing I noticed is that there's not one single individual that's in the spotlight for all these different songs. I mean, it seems the spotlight is shared with everyone. It's a team sport. You all work together. It's got to be interesting and fun how these different songs are compiled and arranged and composed.
It really is, because sometimes we'll hear the song and we'll go, oh, that's totally a Michael song, or we want Diana on this one for sure as the lead, but we really do bounce around a lot. There's not a lead singer, and I think that's what makes us so united, because we, regardless of who's singing whatever part, we're all 100% supportive of the other person. So it's not like we're a band with a lead singer. And I personally really like that, and I like going into the studio and figuring out what's best for the song, who's best where, and things like that. So a little funny story is on a couple of the songs we go into the studio, and Michael ended up singing one of the highest parts, and he goes, wait, stop. Why am I singing the highest part when I have two girls here? So sometimes we have to backtrack a little and go, okay, well, maybe we should put Michael on a lower part. But he can handle it. He's awesome.
Mike is awesome. I really like him. He's kind of the keystone behind the group, isn't he?
Yeah, Mike Erickson had this brilliant vision. He'll never stand in the spotlight and say, this was my idea, but he really is the person that brought us all together. He's the reason this has all happened. And so it's his vision of past and his vision right now that's driving this and making it what it is, and it's just amazing. And we've all seen that vision, and we love it, and we've all grasped onto it, and we want to help fulfill it. So it's so much fun. But he really is kind of our keystone, whether or not he'll admit it or not.
He's got a fun personality. I like his style, and the fact that he's been able to bring together such a dynamic group, I think, speaks volumes to his credit.
And I don't think someone would have gone, let's throw a classical singer, a pop singer, and let's put her in here. I don't think if you would have heard us individually, you would have thought, hey, let's make a band. I just think it took someone with that vision to pull us all in, and that's what makes this so cool and so unique, is that the sound is really morphed by all of us.
The video is very unique. It's a dynamic project, and it's actually received a lot of recognition worldwide.
We have. We've won some really amazing awards. We've won awards for our songwriting, and most recently we won the World Music and Film Festival, which is huge, and we got this gorgeous trophy. Every time I hold it, I feel like I need to give a speech, even if I'm just alone. It's amazing. So that was a huge honor for us, and it was our debut album, so we were all floored.
That says something to me. You come out the gate running, and this particular project, I mean, was it always the vision, we're going to create this amazing video, or did it just come together?
It all started with the music, and I think the music just really inspired us to make the videos and to make the documentary.
This is a different type of video. It's totally different than any other video out there. Most of the time, they're not linked together or tied together. Most other videos are just a single 3 or 4 minute song and it's done, and I've never seen it done quite like this before.
Yeah, it's kind of fun because all of our music videos connect and they tell a story. So it's really unique. I've never seen anything like it.
Very fresh. Now, there's a couple songs we're going to actually feature today, and I think the first one we ought to probably mention is Prayer. Tell us about this one.
Prayer is one of our most popular songs, and I think it's because it's a song of gratitude. The entire song is about being grateful for the world around you and for everything you have, but it's very diverse. It's religious in a way, but it's more about gratitude. So I think that's why it's one of our most popular ones. And singing the song, it was very emotional for me because I thought, how often do we give a prayer or we thank someone without asking anything in return? It's just all giving thanks. And so especially this time of year, I think it's a very important song.
It's a beautiful song. In fact, even being grateful for our challenges and being grateful for those things that give us struggle throughout our day.
And it talks about exactly that. Thank you for my darkest hours and things like that, and all the hard things that have happened that have made me who I am. It's a very interesting song. If you listen to the lyrics, you can tell they were written with a perspective of someone who's been through a lot, but someone who can look past everything they've been through to what they've gained. And I think that's a really hard thing to do in life, is to be able to look past everything that's happened and be grateful for what we've become and what we've gained from it.
It's an amazing song, beautifully produced, and that one was actually filmed, I believe, at Antelope Island?
Yeah, around that area. We bounced around a lot of places and hiked a lot of places. Norm is really into hiking and things like that. That's why he has such incredible shots. But we're not all the greatest hikers, and so by the time we got to the top of that hill to film it, we were all just ready to lay on the ground and sing it. We were so tired, but we freshened up a little bit and got ready for it. But it was totally worth it. It's a gorgeous video.
It is. It's beautiful. And folks, we're going to feature that right now. The song is called Prayer, and it's off of the Cedar Breaks album, Time, Aspects of Home. Folks, you're listening to the Acoustic Campfire Concert with Western Life Radio. Rebecca's back with us again from Cedar Breaks, and beautiful song. I love the song Prayer.
Thank you. We do too. It's one of our favorites.
It's a wonderful song. In fact, another really popular one is called Always Mine.
That one is. I actually wrote that one, so it's very near and dear to my heart, and I am so grateful that we were able to put the band on it and record it.
Tell us about it. How did the song develop as you wrote it?
This song, it's actually really personal to me because I started college at a really young age, and so I moved away from home thinking, I can totally do this. I got this covered. And then once the routine set in and, I was away from home, I was working, I was going to school, doing all these things, it just kind of hit me that I was on my own, but I always had the love of my family and friends and things like that. So the chorus is, your love is always mine, I forget from time to time. Your voice is always there to help me walk this line. And so it was very emotional for me, but I'm just so grateful for all those who have supported me and continue to. So that's what the song is about.
I'm under the impression most of these songs have been developed under very contemplative times, I guess, is how I would describe it. It seems to me like it's not something you just sit down and write. I think it comes to you. At least that's what it sounds like.
It really does. They do for sure. Mike has written a lot of them. We've all really pitched in with the writing because we all bring something different to it. And so this song on the album, I wrote it, so in a way it's my story, but how everyone came together with the violins and the vocals and everything to support it, they all brought their stories to it too. So I think that's what makes it so unique.
Agreed. It's on the Cedar Breaks CD, folks. Time, Aspects of Home. And if folks want to pick up this music, where can they find it, by the way?
We're on iTunes and Amazon. If you just look up Cedar Breaks, all of our music will come up. And you can also get our physical album through cedarbreaksband.com.
And are there local retail locations they can find these as well?
For sure. We're in Costco, and wherever LDS books are sold, you'll find all of our stuff.
That is really awesome. Folks, we're going to feature that song right now called Always Mine. It's Rebecca's own song she wrote, Time, Aspects of Home. Folks, you're listening to Western Life Radio and our Campfire Concert.
I've fallen far from you, confused in what to do, still working on yesterday, recovering from tomorrow. Tries are hopeless without you, my selfish thoughts consume. Please make me new, please help me through. I need your endless grace and familiar face. Your love is always mine, I
Rebecca's back with us again from Cedar Breaks, and beautiful song, Always Mine. What an incredible song.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Wow, that really has a lot of power under the belt. Pretty incredible song.
It was a little hard for me to share, but at the same time, I think that's what makes a good song. You've got to show the world a little piece of your heart, or it doesn't register with theirs.
Well, these all sound very personal. In fact, the majority of these songs are very personal sounding, and it's almost as if you're sharing a part of you, and I think that's where that connection comes from.
It does for sure.
Another really incredible song I've been very impressed with is called Set to Wander. Tell us a little bit about this one.
I absolutely love this song. I listen to this song all the time, and Michael has such an incredible voice, and it's just perfect for the song. So this one, all three of the vocalists you can really hear throughout this song. And it's just kind of about your path in life. She set herself to wander. She opened up her eyes. Just kind of how we start life and wander through it with direction.
Incredible song. I love the video on this one, too. Tell us about how this one was created.
Once again, Norm's done all of our videos, so he did an amazing job. And, we wanted to really depict the stages in life and just kind of how we all have our own journey through life, but we're all united at the same time.
I get that vibe throughout the entire CD, how you've worked together. The Set to Wander, how long did this one take to put together?
It's hard to put an exact time frame on just one song because we've spent years and thousands of hours making all of this. So, I can't put an exact time on it, but we didn't want to rush anything. We didn't want to create an album just to create it. We wanted to be 100% happy with everything we put out there because it really is a little piece of everyone. So it took a long time, but it was well worth the wait.
There weren't any pressing deadlines or anything. You did it right. You wanted to do it because it was going to be done right.
Yeah, and I think that's what was really unique about the album is we didn't do it just to sell an album. And frankly, when it came down to it, I don't think we would have released it if we weren't 100% happy with it. So it just took the pressure off, and it was 100% about the message and music.
That says something to me. And again, folks, as you listen to this music, it's religious in many ways, but it's non-denominational. It speaks to everyone. It's a music with a soul, is how I would describe it. It has that feel to it, a lonesome sound, but yet it speaks to your heart. Again, the entire CD is very reflective, very peaceful, very thoughtful. It's meditative.
It really is. It's very reflective, and we love that about it.
Very different, too. It's not like anything else I've ever heard, and I have to give you folks credit for making this come together. A lot of groups tend to sound similar to all the other ones. I guess they get their inspiration from other bands, but it's got a timeless sound to it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we wanted you to be able to hear one of our songs and go, oh, that's Cedar Breaks, but we didn't want you to go, oh, that sounds like Set to Wander or Aspect. They each have their own little flair to them, and that's what we were going for. So I'm glad you think that they do.
Again, folks, we're going to actually play this for you called Set to Wander. It's on the Cedar Breaks CD, Time, Aspects of Home. You're listening to the Acoustic Campfire Concert here on Western Life Radio.
Set herself to wander as she opened up her eyes. Thought as I held her how the time would surely fly, and I wanted to tell her she was born among the free. What I had to give her was given once to me, like the gentle spring rain that lets the flowers grow without provocation to the even flow. Set myself to wander when I opened up my mind, as I helped my brother joy that I would find. And I wanted to tell him he could set his spirit free, to look for the answer to all that he could be, like looking at the stars on a warm summer's night. Fell through inspiration, your soul takes flight. The time passed away with us. Our lives passed away as a dream. We set ourselves to wander across a span of years. Take time to remember the cost to us in tears. The children of tomorrow will know a brighter day. Look back to find you and what you have to say, like the moonlight shining so bright at harvest time. Set up by laughter with your hand in mine. The time passed away with us. Our lives passed away as a dream.
And we're back once again with Rebecca Croft from Cedar Breaks. It's an honor to have you on the program. I am so thrilled that you've been able to take some time with us on this show.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy to be on. I really appreciate it.
I can tell this has been a passion for all of you. It had to be fun to work on because of that passion.
For sure. It had to be a passion to be on it, because I don't think we would have given it what we did if it wasn't our passion. So I'm just really thankful that I was allowed to be part of it. I feel very fortunate for that.
Thousands of hours were spent on production of the video and the audio and everything that came together, and there's a lot of other groups out there that I've heard, and they put it together in relatively short amount of time. And to make sure that it was done right, the way you wanted to showcase it, there's a love and a passion to get that message out right the first time.
For sure. Yeah, it was never our goal to, hey, let's release an album and let's sell a ton of copies and let's do this and let's do that. We wanted to take it back to, why do we create music? Why is this important to us? What do we want to share? And that's what makes us who we are, and that's what makes the album what it is.
I understand you're actually working on another project already coming up in the month of January.
We are hitting the ground running. We got such great reviews for our album Time, and we've already started recording some of our next album, and I believe we gave you a little sneak peek of one of our songs.
Yes, and we're actually going to be one of the first to play this, I understand.
You are. We were so excited. We thought, hey, let's give you guys a sneak peek.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Tell us about this song.
This one is called Light Up the Land, and it's going to be on our new album. And we actually just barely got done recording this and mastering this. I think we just finished the mastering within the last 48 hours. So you guys literally are getting it right from us. And this one kind of has a unique feel to it as well. I don't want to give too much away because it really ties into a lot of the album theme. But it talks about just our heritage and how we can each really stand for something and bring hope and light to other people. I personally love this song.
I do too. And it has a message that is one of those timeless sounds. This track actually has a little bit of history too, doesn't it?
It does. A lot of what we talked about is Utah because this is our home for all of our band members. But we're covering this song, and it was heavily promoted during the Winter Games, and so we're thrilled to cover it. But it really just is a tribute to the Utah heritage.
Incredible. And folks, the first ears to hear this right now as part of our acoustic campfire concert. Again, this is coming out on the new CD. What's the timeline for the new CD to come out?
We don't have an exact release date, but it will definitely be this coming year.
Light up the land. Folks, you're the first ones to hear it. You'll have to just enjoy that opportunity, and we will be bringing you back soon again. If folks do want to pick up the Cedar Breaks debut CD, Time, Aspects of Home, again, where can they find this?
They can find it on our website, cedarbreaksband.com. We're on iTunes and Amazon, and we're also wherever LDS books are sold, and we're in Costco. I'm so thrilled to be on your show, and I'm just thrilled that we can share our music. It really is our passion, and it's part of us. And so I'm grateful that people are loving it, and we're getting the reaction we are, and all the awards and things like that put aside, just the fact that we can share this message and people are really grasping onto it means more than anything.
As reflective music goes, it brings me back to our roots where we first started our program more than 22 years ago with a little program called Backcountry Utah. And it was part of the Sounds of Sunday years and years ago on a little station, AM 960 KOVO out of Provo. And that passion you have, that story that you tell is certainly part of this. I have nothing but respect for you folks. You're a very dynamic group.
Thank you.
Again, if folks want to connect, if they would like to learn more, where's your website?
We are cedarbreaksband.com, and we're on Facebook and Twitter, and we're always adding new things to that and where we're at, what we're doing. And we have a couple signings coming up, so if you want to come and meet us, jump on our website and see where we're going to be. I'm just so grateful to be on your show, so thank you so much.
Rebecca Croft with Cedar Breaks. Again, thank you for taking a few minutes with us around the campfire.
Thank you so much.
You offer your light whenever you can to your brothers and sisters throughout the land. When life was the darkest for me, my friend, you stood by me and offered your hand. And when I was able to stand by myself, we offered our light to someone else, just like the river that starts from a spring. United we're strong, together we'll sing. Light up the land, light up the land. Just takes one to make us stand. Light up the land. To those who are weary, I'll be your best friend. To those who are hungry, I'll bring you bread. When you are tempted and being pulled down, I'll reach out to you, pull you up from the ground. And when my voice is someday still, there will be others to climb the hill. As their voices start to swell, together they'll stand and sing you this tale. Light up the land, light to our brothers and sisters throughout the land. When life's the darkest, for you, my friends, we'll stand by you and offer our hands. When you are able to stand by yourself, you'll offer your love to someone else.